Hey guys, what's going on? This is Civ, and no, we're not building a cow farm. Get out of my face. Today we are going to be counting down the top 5 1.16 farms that are possible with this new Nether update. Now, I know this is a little late, and my voice sounds a little bit different because I'm a little bit sick right now. Don't worry, I'm not dying. Although, you guys should stay safe right now with coronavirus and everything, so make sure you do that. But also, guys, we are going to be looking at some of the new features of this update that allow us to make these farms, and I'll explain and go into depth for each of these. So, guys, before we head into the Nether, make sure you hit the bell and subscribe to this channel, and make sure you also go down, leave me a comment, and like this video so it gets recommended to other people. Alright, let's head in the Nether. Alright guys, so the first of these notable 1.16 farms, I've cleared out this big area here, is going to be a simple magma cube farm. Now, with these new basalt deltas, we get a lot more spawning of magma cubes in here, and there are also magma cube spawners which are added, but I wanted to do this in a simple way that you don't have to go out and find a bastion, anything like that. All you need is a basalt deltas. It'll help you get plenty of magma cream, even though, you know, you don't get a lot of spawns of magma cubes in places like the Nether wastes just like this, but we get plenty in the basalt deltas. So let's start building this thing up. So this is actually going to be really similar to a lot of slime farm designs that I've seen in the past. What you're going to do is clear out a 3x3 area, just like this, with one on the side there. That's where your chest is going to go, and of course you can expand the storage anywhere you want. You're going to run hoppers all the way into there, and you can actually take out that middle one right there. So just make sure they run around like this. And we're going to place sand right there in the middle, and that is where a cactus is going to go, which is going to kill our magma cubes. Now what you're going to want to do is actually place some cactus right on here. Of course, cactus doesn't normally grow above 3, but we're going to place 4 just so the magma cubes don't jump up and try to attack this iron golem, which we're going to place on top. So what we're going to do is place another block there and then come out with some fences. They don't have to be warped, although that does prevent them from burning if you're near lava or anything like that. And those have been added in this update as well with the warped forests. So let's just make this 2 high, just like this, coming around. And once we get that complete, we could put in our iron golem. So our iron golem's going to go right up here, and we'll just place his blocks in like that, and then grab a carved pumpkin, and we could place that on top of there. If you don't know how to make a carved pumpkin, all you do is take a pumpkin and then shear it with some shears. So we'll put that guy in there. He's just chilling there. So now this is complete. Any magma cubes that lock onto him will come toward this, run up against the cactus, die there, and then all their drops will be funneled into here, not the cactus, obviously, but if we can go over here, grab this guy, just spawn in a bunch of magma cubes, eventually you'll see some of them run into the center, and we'll start gathering up all of that magma cream. You see, there you go. So this guy's already coming in, he's trying to track toward this guy, but of course he can't. So he's going to break eventually. Both of these guys are going to break, and these guys are coming as well. They'll break, and then they'll go into smaller ones, which will also run up against there, and then it'll all come into this chest here. Now the next one we're going to do is this, a Piglen bartering station. Now I have something just like this on Echocraft, which is an SMP server that I'm a part of, and here it is right now. So here you can see my system. It's set up right here. That's our Piglen wearing the elytra and the diamond armor. If you want to know why he's wearing that, you'll have to watch Echocraft, because, yeah. And so this is hooked up to a gold farm, so all of the gold ingots that fall down in here, he automatically picks up. This is a Rayworks design, which I will link in the description. But if I'm not wanting to AFK at the farm itself, I've just got a bunch of gold here that I've crafted from all the nuggets, and so that all flows in here. We just hit this button, one pops out, and then one pops out again when we hit the button again, and then as soon as he throws that away, we'll see we get another one, just like that. And that's how the system keeps going around and around and around. And that is exactly how our Piglen bartering station is going to work in this video. So here's our system as well. There he is. And as soon as a gold ingot gets chucked out, and of course you can add more storage to this by putting a hopper with a chest or whatever in the back here. But this is deactivated, and then once he picks it up, again, it's activated, and it goes around in a cycle. So what we're going to do is build it right here next to this, and I'm just going to show you guys block for block how to build this. What we're going to do is just start right here. So we're going to place 3 blocks all the way up just like this, and then slabs on top, and that is just to prevent spawning or anything like that, and to cover it up, makes it look a little prettier. So what we're going to do is place a chest right there with a hopper facing into that, and I'm going to put a carpet on there just so he doesn't fall into the middle of that right there. So we'll place 3 glass up just like that, then we'll place a block here and a block here. Now this right here in the middle is where our soul sand is going to be, and that is where our button is going to be as well right there, so it can get this started and or stop it if we really need to. Now you can just place more blocks just like on this, on the edge, on the other side, and then you could place slabs all along just like that. We're just creating a nice little aesthetic thing. So we'll place a dropper right there with a redstone torch right there on the bottom of this block right here. So it's facing off of that onto a weighted pressure plate, heavy weighted pressure plate. Now that is important because it needs to be one of the pressure plates that can take a redstone output from a block being on it so that it will activate and deactivate accordingly. So now we can just place some blocks in here, just kind of fill all this up, place some slabs on top. Now, of course, you're going to need to get a piglin in there. And so while my favorite method is, of course, the boat, there we go. Hey, buddy. It may be more practical for you to use mine rails or whatever, but you do not want to build this in the overworld, because these guys will soon become zombified piglins, and you don't want that to happen. But I'm in creative. Boop, there he is. So now we can just chill there, and then you fill up this in the back here, your dropper and or storage system with all your gold ingots in it. You fill that up with gold ingots, and then get it started. Now, one of my favorites to do is build a farm for these guys, the Hoglands. Now, these give a bunch of leather and also pork chops, and you can make them cooked pork chops depending on if you kill them with lava, anything like that. But for us, we're going to head on top of the Nether because that is where you're going to get the best rates, obviously, unless you make everything down here spawn-proof, which is going to be difficult, especially in a Crimson Forest. But let's just head up here and build our farm. So this is the kind of thing we're going for. So we've got this little area here, and they're scared by these funguses, and then they go right over here, run into the lava, and then they get hurt and die, leaving the cooked pork chops, leather, all that kind of stuff right down here in the chest for us. And again, we're going to do this right next to this one right here, just so we can see what we're doing, and I can show you guys step by step. So what you're going to want to do first is make a 7x11 area of the Crimson Nilium. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be. It can be any sort of block that is spawnable. And also, it is important to note that this does need to be in a Crimson Forest, of course, because that's where Hoglands spawn. So what you want to do now is just place a bunch of these fences around, excluding these three right in the middle there. And then what we're going to do is place one fungus on each corner, and then one right in the middle there. And you're going to place a fence on top of it, just so no mobs try to pathfind through it or anything like that. And if you accidentally added these like I did, you can take out those right there. Just make sure you have three in the middle there. And then you can place some blocks right under there. I used iron over here, but you could just use whatever block you want, just like that. And it is also important to note that you're going to want to place some torches in here just like this. So two corner blocks away from the corners, just like that. And then one right in the middle. And that is going to prevent any other mobs from spawning, like zombified piglins, anything like that that needs a light level to spawn. The next thing you want to do is come over here and place two blocks up just like this, and then you're going to place some trapdoors right there. This is to make sure that they think they can run off, but they can't, obviously. So you're going to place some more blocks just like this, place 3 high on the back here, and you're also going to place some warped trapdoors just like this, and they don't necessarily have to be warped trapdoors, but I recommend it since they don't burn under lava. You're going to place 3 more glass underneath just like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, all the way around just like this. And this is going to be the tube that leads to the lava where you're going to kill these guys. So what you need to do next is grab a sign. I prefer the warped signs, but of course they're not necessary. You're going to place them just like this. Place them in and all around there. So what you can do next is place in your lava. And you're going to place lava, just one source is enough, and you can place it right there in the middle. It'll spread out just like that. And now that all that's done, you're just going to place a chest there with a bunch of hoppers facing into there, all 6 of those, just like that. And that farm is complete. Now we can use this and get plenty of pork chops, cooked pork chops, mind you, and also leather. Number 4 on our list is the new lava mechanics. Now, lava didn't used to push mobs, but now it does, and this way we can create a nice blaze farm, and that is going to be our number 4, the blaze farm. So if you guys have not seen this video, I released this a while back. I did a tutorial for this, designed by my friend Splashback, so I'm not going to do a tutorial in this video, but if you want to see it, there should be a link somewhere on the screen or in the description or whatever. You know how to get there, but just be looking out for that, and this is probably one of the most efficient designs you can get for a blaze farm nowadays, because it's simple and easy, and also it takes into account the spawning radius of the mob spawners, things like that, so that we get the best rates possible. And as you can see, they're even overflowing this one right here. There are just so many blazes right in there. Plus, I mean, that's just satisfying right there. Now, number 5 on our list is not one farm per se. It is a change in mechanics that lets us make some super efficient farms. So if we look at this, we've got magma blocks in our inventory. And why do we have magma blocks? Because they changed the mechanics so that in 1.16, things like magma blocks, or even we get the wither roses, we can place those down here on the netherrack. Things that will take damage from these do not spawn on them. So, nothing like the Piglins or the Hoglands or anything will not spawn on magma blocks. Only zombified Piglins and magma cubes should spawn on those, at least in the Nether wastes. I may be wrong about that in other biomes. But we also get the same idea with the wither roses for wither skeleton farms. Only wither skeletons can spawn on wither roses, and that helps us to be able to make areas that you don't have to prevent them spawning other things in other ways. Instead, you could just place down some wither roses, and you get plenty of wither skeletons. So we're back here again on Echocraft, and you can see that this is my zombified piglin farm, my gold farm for this server. And of course, this is a Rayworks design, again, link in the description, blah, 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 blah. But we've got a ton of magma blocks. This took me a long time to build up. But the point is that these guys are the only ones who can spawn on here. These guys and magma cubes, and of course we have iron golems to attract the magma cubes off. But these guys are the only ones that can spawn, so we get really good rates for this without having to do a whole lot of other stuff. And again, you can see here we're using the mechanics of these wither roses to only allow wither skeletons to spawn, and of course they're attracted to piglins, which is what lets this farm function. But these mechanic changes have been super useful in creating new farms, and as you can see, we're getting a good amount of wither skull. I haven't been AFK here for a while. Lucid has done most of it. Speaking of, Lucid, go check him out. He helped me build this thing, so I'll link his channel in the description. Now guys, that is going to wrap up this video today. I really hope you guys enjoyed these 5 1.16 farms that are simple to build and very efficient. If you did, please do make sure to leave a like for me. That is always very much appreciated. And if you really enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe as well. And also make sure to go check out Echocraft and all the survival stuff. All that good stuff. Should be links on the description, all that jazz. So make sure you do that before you go. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Civ, and I'll catch you later.